I've got TV tooth, they call it. TV tooth? TV tooth is when they surprise you and they put these tiny needles in your scalp and listen to see if you notice it or not. I didn't notice it. They have this fantastic, expensive equipment they touched me with. And when they touch you, there are 2 contact points that touch before the other 2, and then they're all collected and begin to fuse together like some kind of a nuclear fusion, except that it's not nuclear fusion, it's human fusion, like what NASA does, some kind of a heat extraction that I just don't do so well in. That's why I came by ambulance. I came right up to one of them and tried to sell the last teeny little one for money that they just didn't have. I should have just given it to them for free, and maybe then they would stop calling on a 5150 because of all the fillings that I have in my teeth, but I should stop thinking. So I stopped that thought. They tell me I've got TV tooth. They call it TV tooth. TV tooth is when they surprise you and they put these tiny needles in your scalp and listen to see if you notice it or not. I didn't notice it. They have this fantastic, expensive equipment they touched me with. They said to me, "We can check your head and see if the bumps show up bruises, or if the electricity is a little different across the top of your scalp. We guarantee you social security from them. Injury on its own is considered to be some kind of a mental dysentery kind of thing. And so, okay, let's go." Then they put the needles in. The last one they put in like this. And I had a thought, but then they pulled them out, but they left a teeny little bar in there and all the places that they took me. Somebody recorded it, and somebody who wanted to didn't, and somebody sold it to somebody else, but I don't know who. I didn't receive any of that information because of how thick the dental in my teeth is. And those needles were easy to focus the area of field pickup perception because of how thick the dental in my teeth is. I think that it's people like us, technicians, wealthy technicians and nameless institutes and people and people that do stuff just like NASA. I get to the point with the mental process. Something in my mind just starts to take over. When I think that I'm doing good, something mental takes over, and I'm not quite sure what it is, but it scares me. Years ago, I didn't have to think about that. Years ago, I didn't have to think about that one thing. I was a little less paranoid, a little less crazy. So that's why I called the police. Nobody else was doing it. Nobody else was interested, except for all those people that work at the 7-Eleven. They're always on the phone talking about me, especially in the summertime when it's hot outside. And those doctors are always making their point to do something to her, but what? I don't know. I do know that it's stopping me from getting a boyfriend, and it's stopping me from driving, like in China or somewhere, fighting every day and fighting every night. He is always fighting with me. But you know, that stuff doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I'm just so used to it. And I guess I do have a slight problem, but it's nothing serious. I just don't do so well in the heat, especially when there's people outside on the phone, judging me, talking about me, and wanting to put me in prison because of how sinful they think that I am. And the main thing is not to get too excited. The main thing is, this is a new thing for me. The main thing is not to get too excited. The main thing is that I am scared of people. I am so scared. I can tell you now that photograph has toothache because of how thick the dental in its teeth is. I would like you to stop calling me and take me off the cigarettes, dry me up and clean me out so I can go and get myself a real job at the 7-Eleven or Quick Trip. Do you know where Quick Trip is? Because it's the first of the month and I have bills that need to be paid. And that's why I checked myself in on a 5150. Nobody else was doing it. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and the same thought kept racing through my mind over and 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 over again. And I just wanted it to stop. So that's why I called up Ghostbusters. Who else are you gonna call? The Crisis Intervention Center? The Crisis Intervention Center weren't interested. The Crisis Intervention Center said there was nothing they could do for one night. So that's why I checked myself in on a 5150. The main thing is not to get too excited. The main thing is this is a new thing for me. The main thing is that they check ahead, see if the bumps show up bruises, or if the electricity is a little different across the top of a scalp. The main thing is I am scared of people. I am so scared, and I do have a problem. But it's nothing serious. I'm so sorry, but I'm starting to feel slightly uncomfortable out here. Are you comfortable? I think someone is trying to call me. Someone is definitely trying to call me. They are always talking about me. I think that it's best if I leave. Please, can I leave?